Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday, although I so feel like it's Wednesday. I don't know why. Anybody else feel like it's Wednesday? Is that just me? I don't know. Anyway, Alex is napping. Claire is with Brad, and I have some time in the stamp room. So I wanted to jump on and share with you guys some adorable little hippo happiness. I really think this should be called hippo happiness instead of hippos tippos. Just because I think they're adorable and they make me happy rather than hip. I don't know if I'm cool because of the hippos. These hippos are cool though. But yeah, anyway, who else is loving the hippos, or are you kind of like, meh, not really my thing? Let me know in the comments. But the Hippos is a $50 level hosted, or I'm sorry, celebration item. So anytime you order $50 with Stampin' Up, you can get the Hippos stamp set for free. It has the 4 greetings and the 3 images. And then another $50 level item is the coordinating dies. And the dies are actually like super cool because there's so many accessories. So there's each of the hippos. So like, oh, that's not that one. So there's that hippo and then each of the other 2 hippos. But there's also this double flower as well as like a little single flower. There's an umbrella or a beach sort of umbrella. So you could do rain or beach. There's waves, but you could also do like mountains or clouds. There's a bucket here. But you could also use that bucket for her to play in, but you could use that bucket with like flowers in it or something. I'm always going to gravitate towards flowers because I love flowers. Then there's a little life preserve and sunglasses or goggles, however you want to see that. These little splashes are super cute, but you could also do them as like splashing in puddles with the umbrella rather than like, ocean splashes or something. What is this one? This one is like a flipper, right? And or maybe that's the greenery and the little like flower that goes on top. There's the party hat. Here's like another set for the goggles. There's 3 little hearts. So like there's so many different things you can do. And I've actually seen the hippos done as cows just by a difference in coloring. So that's a super fun way to keep this stamp set versatile with being either cows or possibly hippos. So you can always change up the animal to be something different. Hi, Elaine. Oh, I'm so excited. You have hippo happiness? Okay. So maybe that's where I'm getting it from is I remember the past hippo happiness and I remember that one had like a unicorn in it. And I think I used the unicorn more than I used the hippo, but that's probably where I'm getting this hippo happiness is from that retired stamp set hippo happiness. But yes, thank you for letting me know or reminding me about that. You're so correct. So anyway, I'm going to create a project today using this, both the stamp set and the dies as a super cute, fabulous card that I just wanted to share with you guys because it's adorable. So yeah, let's get started. Again, if you're new here, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, I am Laura Burkett with Laura's Stamp Pad. And yeah, let's get stamping. I always kind of just ramble in the beginning while I let everybody get on. Actually, I probably just ramble all the time. So let's not sugarcoat that, Laura. But yeah, I'm super excited. I actually have 2 of these that I need to create because I had too much pre-cut. Actually, I didn't have too much. I always like to pre-cut extra so that whenever I have a class or club or anything like that, then I just make the extras for my card stash. So I started with a thick, basic white card base. And for card bases that are white, I usually white or vanilla, I usually go with the thick just because it holds up a little bit better. It's a little bit thicker, obviously. And then, like, if you use blends or any sort of coloring on this, you don't have to worry about it bleeding through. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but I like to go with the thick just to make sure that it doesn't bleed through. And one of the other things that I'm using for these cards is the gold and silver designer paper. That is also a $50 level celebration item. And I feel like this is perfect for this time of year because we always like bling. Well, we like bling all the time, but it works really well with Christmas and holiday stuff to have that little bit of bling. So I have, these are actually both silver that I'm going to do today, but you can see that the original sample is gold. So both the gold and the silver work for this one. And this is the polka dot. There's also a stripe. It's not a set stripe. Like, it's not like perfect lines. My arm itches. Probably got bug bite. The lines are like, if I were to draw the lines, that's what they look like. You know, like this one's a little like not squiggly, but like, and then this one goes straight, and so just it's kind of hit or miss, if you will. Does anybody else get bit a lot by bugs? I do. I get eaten alive. But I do have to say, I think I found something that works, and it just randomly did not work the other day, I guess. But I will say we have a lot of standing water from recent rain, and like the trail isn't very far from our house, and along the trail there's like a lot of pockets of standing water, and I think that's where the fabulous mold and allergies is, as well as mosquitoes. So what are you gonna do? We do love the trail though. You haven't used it yet, Amy? Well, you need to use it. Hopefully, this project will inspire you. One of the other awesome things about this project is you can pick whatever solid cardstock color you want. So I went with purple. No rhyme or reason to that. But you could always go with shades of pink, shades of yellow, shades of blue, shades of green. You could really mix and match it up. You could go based off of the recipient's favorite color. Or if you're just making them, you could go with whatever you have a lot of extra cardstock of. But I did a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to put this piece of designer paper on there. And so the designer paper measures 3 3/4 by 5. And there's the little leftover piece. So this is, what did I say? 5. So there's that extra inch here. And that's what I'm going to use on the inside. So it's just a little decorative piece just to kind of foof up the inside a little. Because after all, what are you going to do with that 1-inch piece except throw it in a scrap bin? So why not decorate the inside of the card? So now we have our base. And then I just took strips. And the awesome thing about this is you can literally use scraps. Like, these can be just scrap pieces of your cardstock. Like, I have little scrap envelopes or bags or whatever you want to call it next to every single color of cardstock, so that I'm always using the scraps first before grabbing a full sheet. So I have like strips like this all the time. And I'm just going to use those with this fabulous triple punch. And I went with the same one, so you could either do this one or you could do this one. And since I'm doing 2 cards, I'll do one of each. So this slides all the way back. So it goes all the way back into the punch until it doesn't go any farther. And it's in this little groove for the measurement. Let me double check before I tell you. It is 1 3/4 and a half. So this one is 3/4 and this one is 1. And you'll see there's the dotted line. So my one piece is going to look like this, and my other one is going to be the whole thing. And you could do a third one and really layer it. So push it all the way back and punch. And then this one is going to slide on that upper piece. Push it all the way back. Punch. Push it all the way back. And punch. Another little tip that I wanted to share with you guys, you might wonder, well, how did you know how long to make this piece? So what I typically do is a lot of trial and error. Well, a little bit, but here, this will help. But I will punch off the one end and then place it back. Like, I know that I want this piece to kind of go side to side, so it's going to be 5 inches so that it matches the edge of the designer series paper, right? So I take this and place it on the edge. And I want, my banner to be there. So I pop in, like puzzle piece that back. Then I take this on the other side and I would set it down, see how long that is, and then that's what I would use. I hope that makes sense. Seems kind of confusing. The other thing that you could do is you could see that you're cutting off like a little less than a 1/4 inch. So if I wanted it to be 5 inches, and then there is a little less than a 1/4 inch on either side, then I would just go with 5 1/4. And then it would be just a smidge shorter. Because you'll see that like each size kind of varies. So now this layer goes down. And this I used Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. I really love those two shades of purple together. And you can see how they have that fabulous layering effect there. And then this one, I'll just do the other one just so you can see. Because after all, I love making multiples of cards so that I can switch it up, try something different, use things a little differently. Like one I could do as a hippo, the other one I could do as a cow, just by coloring it a little different. A couple weeks ago, I posted a picture and I said, hippo fail. I colored my hippo way too dark. And yeah, so many people were like, it's a cow. Don't worry about it. So I still have that one. I just need to die cut her out. So there you go. You can see those two different borders there with the triple punch. 2 of the 3. And then next, we have circles. So these I did from the layering circles dies. So there's the scallop and the smooth. And I stamped the greeting, "Aw, you really are the best." Hi, Jenny. She's out on a scooter ride with Dad. But you can see her chair is still here. I haven't put that back. One, because I haven't messed with putting it back, but two, I kind of feel like she might be sad if she notices that I moved her chair. So okay, and then I think, oh, I still have that one. So here is my little hippo. I thought I had already colored two, but maybe not. So we're just going to stamp the hippo in, and you could really use any hippo you want because they all die cut. So stamp it in Memento ink. And then I colored her using light gray granite and dark smoky slate. So that's what I used for the two colors. So I just kind of took the gray granite and went over her, I don't know, face, muzzle. I'm not sure exactly what you call that on a hippo. I don't know my hippo anatomy. And her belly. Gotta get around those fingernails and flower. I always like to do the light before the dark because I guess it really doesn't matter because you can always go into the light or the dark without having to like worry about it because it's the light and you're not going to see it anyway. Hi, Denise. Did I register? Did I register for what? So here is my little hippo. I actually colored the fingernails with the ivory. So they pop a little bit. I could always color them red or purple, I guess, since this card is purple, and make her really fabulous. I love Stampin' Blends because they really make it easy to like color because it like bleeds out. So you can just kind of like pass by and you're golden. I also am not like, I totally don't feel like an artist whatsoever. And I feel like Stampin' Blends make me an artist. Like the whole shadows and shading, I don't get that. But like the blends make me feel like an artist. And then, okay, so yeah, I use ivory on her fingernails and toenails. And then for the flower, I use light Highland Heather and light Old Olive. So since I used Highland Heather on the card, then I went with the light Highland Heather. And then now I'm just going to bring in my little mini. If you guys don't have a mini, you need one because they're the most amazing thing ever. I was a doubter in the beginning. I was like, what do I need a mini for if I have the big one? But I use my mini like 95% of the time because it's so handy to just have right here on my craft desk, to pick it up, pull it into my craft area. It's much smaller, much easier, fewer cranks around. And we have an adorable little hippo. The other thing that I need is I need some little flowers. So I'm going to pop this back down here and die cut a few little flowers. I searched high and low one day for the third flower die because I was like, there's 3 flowers. I know that there's 3 flowers. And then I realized that the one was a double die. So it does both flowers at the same time. So yes, there are 3 flowers, but there's only 2 dies. Yep, that's me. The centers of the double flower actually pop out. So you can pop them out for that like color variation, or you can always leave them in and just have that indention look. And I set that aside. Drop my little dies. So now for this, you could always add your greeting like directly to the circle, but I did it like on this other circle and just kind of held it off. And you can always decorate your each piece like differently. You could always, like, I'm going to add the flowers around there, but you could always add jewels, which I'm going to do as well. But yeah, since I have it like this, then I'm going to do the hippo smooth and I'm going to pop up the circle. But of course, you could always dimensionalize any and all layers. No dimensional judgment here. So I'm just going to add just a dab of adhesive, maybe right there. And I'm going to sort of hang this like off a little bit. So now I'm going to flip them both over and add the dimensionals to the back. I actually am just going to use the dimensional trim because I have a whole bunch of dimensional trim left over from a project I was working on. And the trim is just as fabulous as the dimensionals. No dimensional left behind. We love it all, the trim and the actual little octagons, hexagons, whatever they're called. And yes, I'm a dimensional overuser, so there's plenty on the back there. Whenever I was stamping a card with Claire over the weekend, attending Vacation Stamping School, a demonstrator event that I assisted in putting on, it was super fun. And Friday night, Claire got to come down and stamp with me and participate because Alex was getting his bath and everything for bath time. So she came down here and we did a mystery stamping. So I cut all the pieces for her as well as for myself. And she's like, how many dimensionals go on this? And it was a label. It was this label. And I said, oh, like probably 4, thinking like the 4 corners for me. But she actually did just down the center. So when she did down the center, she got 3 and there wasn't really room for that 4th one. And she's like, there's not room for the 4th one. And I was like, oh, it's okay. 3 is enough. And I thought, I am a dimensional overuser. Okay, so that's going to go down there. And then I'm just going to use glue dots for the flowers. So the best way to use glue dots is to actually pick it up off of the plastic and place it on your project and then peel off the back. You definitely don't want to peel off the back of the paper and just hold the glue dot because it's real thin and it's just gonna like curl up. Like it's kind of like trying to hold a piece of plastic wrap. Like, not gonna happen. It's gonna like curl up and wiggle and everything. You could also use adhesive sheets for this part. But since they were small, I was like, meh, I'm not gonna do that for this little thing. But 3, oh, I didn't even die cut out this hippo. Well, I'll do that one later. But I'm gonna go ahead and add these on. Hopefully they're not in the way of the hippo. Because now the hippo's got to fit perfectly right there. And then I finished it off using some of these fabulous glossy dots. And Claire actually did this card with me and she nailed it. I was so impressed with her. Her hippo, she didn't die cut out her hippo. She hand cut it out. So she left a little bit, but then she was like, I still need to put my dots on the ends. And like my original, I put like dots there and then I put a third one down here. And she did the exact same thing. She did the dots and then she did a third one down there. But she did such an amazing job. I think it's upstairs because she just had to take it upstairs to show Daddy. So I don't actually have hers down here, I don't think. But I was so impressed with hers. I did post it on my Facebook page. So you can always see that there. Laura's Stamp Pad if you're on YouTube, or you're already there because you're watching this live on Facebook as well. So there's the adorable little hippo in both gold and silver. And then, like I said, I have that little bit of sparkle paper on the inside as well. And I just think she is just adorable. Like, come on, she is so cute. Ooh, I have a little blue dot right here. Oh, it's just the backing. And yeah, the dots definitely give that little extra shine. They're so iridescent and fabulous. One of the other things, so I got this sample idea from a swap that I did. So you can see here is the swap. This was by Kim Vogel. So thank you. Shout out to Kim. But I modified mine up a little bit. I didn't necessarily care for the ballerina girl. I don't know. She just wasn't my favorite. And so she did the ballerina girl. She also embossed this white circle in the background. And her little circle here, of course, she had more room for that. And then she also added a little bit of ribbon. So a really great way for like that whole mixed metals look, as there's the silver background paper, the gold ribbon, the champagne rhinestones. So a lot of fabulous mixed metals with that. And it looks super cute. And then with that, like I feel like she's like doing Singing in the Rain with her little like ballerina outfit. And so she's like on Broadway and everything with her umbrella. And then the background, if you can see, the background here is textured, so it just kind of adds that little extra layer of texture and fabulousness. I don't even know. You can see it a little bit like up here, I guess. But yeah, so that was where I got my inspiration for this card, and I just modified it a little bit to fit my own personality, which is always fun to do. So I hope that these cards inspired you as well to use your Hippos stamp set, as well as the coordinating dies. Both of them you can earn for free. They are still available. Sale-A-Bration goes on through the end of the month, but items are while supplies last. So you definitely want to get them sooner rather than later and not wait until the end of the month, because they might be sold out by then. One last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is one of the samples for the August online card class. So that is going to be August 19th, right? Oh my gosh, I can't believe Yes, Friday, August 19th is my online card class using the Splendid Days suite. I did leave a link in the description for you to get signed up for that so that you can stamp right along with me. But of course, you can always watch the online card class for free on Facebook as well as on YouTube. And this is one of the cards that we will be creating with that stunning foil paper. I love it. It's so gorgeous. And then this really awesome card. It stands up really well in display. So like it stands up like that. And then let me show you what it looks like out front. So it shows like the front of the card as well as that foil paper. So super gorgeous, but yet it folds all together flat and goes in a regular card envelope. Super, super cute. I love, love, love it. This was one of the samples that I got from Vacation Stamping School this past weekend as well. So yeah, super awesome. I love doing demonstrator events, because there's always so much to share and enjoy, and ideas, inspiration, and everything else. So yeah, this is one of the cards that will be in the August online card class, Splendid Day. And like I said, you can click on the link in the description, and it will show you the different ways that you can participate, whether you get the PDF tutorial and cut your own cardstock, or you can always get the class kit, which I will be mailing out this week. And as far as I know, I have at least 2 or 3 kits left. But otherwise, those are almost sold out. So definitely don't delay on getting those. But yeah, you can also always participate for free by watching the video. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, watch the mosquitoes out there, the heat, everything. And I wish you guys a wonderful day. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.